Hey, this is Tim Kim with TM Media, and this is part one of a Q&A I'm doing for, I had a student from the University of London named Fran contact me, and he wanted me to answer some questions for him. So I figured it'd be a great opportunity to post on YouTube and ask his questions, because I'm sure there's a lot of other questions that a lot of other people out there that might be asking the same ones. If you have any answers to these questions yourself and would like to post your opinion on it, if you have any questions, feel free to post any type of comments. First thing was, what is graphic design, which I answered in a separate video because I just thought it was a great question and I wanted to create a separate video of it. So if you look at what is graphic design, you'll find it on YouTube and my channel. The next question was, how do you create graphic design? Well, graphic design is basically created with software these days. I don't think anybody creates them with protractors and compasses and whatever the heck they used to use. I'd have to look at my history books to find out actually what they used. Anyways, I'm sure there's a very select few that still use them, but mostly it's Adobe products, Macromedia products, which are now Adobe. And within that, there's Illustrator, Photoshop, After Effects, you name it. So his next question is, what kind of person do you have to be create graphic design? Well, you have to like creative type of stuff, and you can. There's several books, and you have to have like a creative temperament, or your brain has to be geared to this way. If you're kind of an engineer, like my wife is. All right, I'm trying to do this without getting myself killed here. There's a creativity there, but there's a structure there too. A creative designer is more loose, flexible, thinking out of the box a lot. So anyways, you have to enjoy doing creative things. And I remember going to college. A couple of courses I went was computer networking, and it was basically fixing computers. And I hated fixing computers. In fact, I hate fixing anything. If something breaks around here, I'm the last person that wants to fix it. I have to do it sometimes, but I just don't like doing that. I would rather create stuff. So instead of fixing the knob in the door, which I had to do last week because it was coming off, I would rather design a doorknob. I don't know. So anyways, as far as the technical abilities, I always get asked, do you need to be a great, do you have to know how to draw? No, it definitely helps if you know how to draw. If you can draw stick figures, I would say that's a good start. If you can draw a little bit better than that, great. But I don't think you technically have to have the ability to draw, because a lot of times you're using software and you're dealing with things that are going to do a lot of the work for you. But that doesn't mean you don't need a eye for layout and design. I would say that's the most important thing you need is an eye for layout and design. Where things go, placement, working with white space, negative space, contrast, a lot of different things. So if you read books on graphic design, you kind of get a rhythm of, if you're new to graphic design, I just read a few books, and I'm sure there's plenty out there that will kind of get you started in the dialogue and give you some education on the subject. What is about graphic design you like or dislike? There's good and bad in everything, and every job there's good and bad. This is a competitive field, so it's tough sometimes when you're competing with 5 other firms for a project that you really want, not just money wise, but just that you think you're the perfect candidate to do this. You love the product. I'm trying to think of the latest company that I really wanted to do. There was a liquor store that was a chain of liquor stores, and I was already doing some of the work, and don't ever do spec work, but they didn't know I was doing it. But I was wanting to play with it a little bit, just to see what I could do with it myself. and I just really wanted the job, but it just they just didn't give me the time of day, so I said forget it, let's move on. So that's frustrating when you want a project and you can't get it, obviously. My computer went to sleep here. Wake up. Okay. Um, clients, dealing with clients, dealing with the I wouldn't say that's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to rip on my clients, but sometimes going through the process and the psychology behind the scenes that you deal with on dealing with multiple clients at the same time, brand directors, and if you got a lot of people in the works, that's when it gets tough when you're trying to appease not just one person but 10 people. And one wants blue and the other one wants green, and you got to figure out a happy medium and make them both happy. So that's challenging. I'm not gonna say I like that and dislike that because I really don't want to piss off my clients. That would be a bad thing. So, anyways, anything else I like? I like the creativity. I enjoy my job very much. I could see other jobs. I volunteer a lot. And that gives me a fresh perspective on just meeting people and seeing people that just are that I'm just that I could be doing some of their jobs, and I really wouldn't want to. As long as I'm not digging ditches, I'm pretty happy. But this is one heck of an opportunity for me, and I don't think I would. I love getting up in the morning and being able to create stuff, and knowing that I can come to my desk and I don't have to punch a clock or go into corporate office. Um, Not all the time, but I do once in a while. But just it's not the standard grind like a lot of people's jobs are. So, anyways, next question: what is it about graphic design? I already read that. Who inspires you, and what designers do you like? I don't have any designers I like. In fact, I don't even have any designers I really know, except a couple designers around me that. There's not any world famous designers I know that I can say, yeah, I love his work. I know a couple of them. I just know, I don't see much of their work, but I just know them by name. Neil Tritelli is one designer that started a creative website back in, about probably 6 or 7 years ago. Some creative website. I just happen to know him. Jeff Foster is a logo designer, I believe, and he wrote a book that I read when I was going through school. Kraus is a designer that, Kraus is a designer that created the Index Brainstorm book and Layout Index Brainstorm book. Those little books that you kind of, when you're stumped, you kind of look through and generate some ideas. But I can't really say there's a designer I idolize. I'll be in town and someone will, I don't know if it's just my programming or I'm just not observant or what, but other designers will come to me and say, oh, you know him? No. I don't. So sorry, I can't answer that question. Um, I would say other designs inspire me. Not particularly one designer, but I just look at other designs all the time. I just don't notice who they are. But anyways, what got you into graphic design? What got me into graphic design? A lack of options. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, I would say I was an art major when I was younger, and I liked creative work, and I did fine art, but I just realized that I wasn't going to make a dime in it because I wasn't good enough. And I saw guys that were 10 times better than me and they were struggling to make money. So I'm thinking I just needed to move on and do something else. So I went through a few years of college and then stumbled on a couple design classes. I said, hey, here's something creative. People need this on a daily basis. I think I'll enjoy it, and I did. So that was pretty much that as far as how I got into it. Um, can you send me some examples of a design you like? Okay, Basically the same question for the other one. If you want to see designs I like, you can go to our website. It's in our channel. I'll send you. I'll put the link down there. You can look at some of the designs we've done. I post usually the ones that we like. There'll be clients that we've done work for that necessarily were crazy about the design, but that's what they wanted. So we usually keep those in the background, hidden in a vault, and burn them maybe. But just kidding. Anyways, that was pretty much this gentleman's questions. And if you have any questions or you want to answer some of those questions, feel free to comment. Hope this was informative and have a great day.